What's going on, Master Duel fans? James here again. Season 51 just got started, and this time, a brand new deck to try out. Ancient Warriors. The name of the game with these guys, in terms of particular setup going second, is that they focus on their continuous spells and traps in terms of Ancient Warrior names. And then the Ancient Warrior monsters happen to utilize their cohesive unit as a strategy in terms of going second to not only break boards, but OTK if the pilot knows how to play the deck correctly. So for the first game is going to be a test run with the deck. And then the next 4 matchups are literally nothing but extreme tough competition throughout Great Wall. Question is, can we reach the Great Wall throughout Season 51? Let us begin. Now, Ancient Warriors as a deck, they are a series of beast warriors in terms of maintaining control of the main deck guys at all times if forced to go first. So cards such as Masterful Sunmu for the bounce back, or Graceful Zhugong for the sake of him being Effect Veiler, which is amazing. Otherwise, it's like you also got Ingenious Zhu Kong in terms of spell trap negate, as well as a monster negate if you happen to specifically control Virtuous Liu Xuan. Dong Ying is all about paying taxes, and going second strats is where Loyal Guan Yun's special summon is not a hard once per turn, only if your opponent controls a monster. And Zhang De, he's meant to build OTKs like no tomorrow. Same goes for Rebellious Lu Feng in terms of free specials, and him being a big beat sticks. And with that being said, let us get into the test run of Ancient Warriors. Ujingi Fox and a set. So something tells me that this is a masochist deck. So time to showcase Ancient Warriors. 3 visits, which states during your main phase, if you normal or special an Ancient Warriors monster, you can target one of those, add 1 Ancient Warriors monster with a different name from your deck to your hand. So 3 visits is basically Black Whirlwind of Ancient Warriors. Real normal, Masterful Sunmu. What the heck? Yeah, it's a masochist deck, so let's see. Target any number of face-up monsters your opponent controls. Those monsters' names become unknown. And of course, given the fact on the name change to unknown, that means certain cards cannot get their effects going in terms of the different name changes. That means no bounce back, no negates, and Ingenious Zhu Kong's monster negate will mess up Liu Xuan's name of unknown. But otherwise, everything else is just simply straightforward. Any Ingenious Zhu Kong free special, Sunmu, send 3 visits for Dong Ying, and 3 visits other effect is, if this card is sent from the spell trap zone to the grave, special 1 Ancient Warriors from your hand. Most cases, Savage Dan Ying, who's going to help us. Getting Rebellious Lu Fang, who lost out, by the way. Royal Rare, Double Dragon Lords. Shoutouts to this guy that I was missing a few extra copies to craft, and this guy came out royal. So I said, you know what? This season, we are all about learning a new deck. All Ancient Warriors, these guys included, gain extra 500 stats. Awesome. Each effect once per turn. First chance, these guys are Link Shoken. You can add one Ancient Warriors card from your deck to your hand. And their quick effect is, you can send one card from your hand or field to the graveyard, then target one face-up card your opponent controls, spell/trap included, kick it back to the hand. Double Dragon Lords, getting Valiant Zhangde, free special because you control 2 or more Ancient Warriors. Inherent special, Rebellious Lu Fang, must be special by controlling the highest attack Ancient Warriors, even if it's tied. Rebellious over Bujingi Fox, and that is OTK Ancient Warriors style. Onwards as we march to the Great Wall. First off, Fat 59. Second of all, with his hand, I think we're A-okay on this one because Deception and Betrayal, free special, Savage Danying, well, not free because after the special, you're going to take some damage. So that's a good fair trade-off. And then we got Tanky for the search. But let's see what's up with the opponent. Glossed out Alt Art Aluber. I also did end up pulling 2 of these alt arts of Alubers and nothing else. He's nice. Aluber, getting Branded Fuse. Branded Fuse. Tragedy and Albaz for Glossed Out Lubellion. Ditch Albaz, Tragedy. Oh, Alt Art Albaz. I did not expect that. Nice. And then Tragedy getting Ad Libitum. Mirror Jade. Mirror Jade's effect. Banish Aluber, toss out Albion. Albion branded for red. And pass. Storm away the back row, forcing Brennan in red. Fuse summon. Thespian Queritus. Ad libitum. Bring back Mirror Jade just to reset button. Tanky. Normally, we'd be going for Masterful Sun move. However, because we are going second, Virtuous Liu Xuan should do the trick. The case is, if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can send one card from your hand or field to the graveyard to special one Ancient Warriors from your deck that isn't Virtuous Liu Xuan himself. So he's the E-Telly of the archetype. Doesn't matter what level it is. Loyal Guan Yun, free special. Mirror Jade, toss out Albion Branded to banish. Deception, special to Dan Ying. Dan Ying for 3 visits. 3 visits. Real Normal Virtuous. 3 visits for Ingenuous. Ingenuous. Borrowing Arrows. Now, Borrowing Arrows has the ability to target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls and 1 Ancient Warriors monster you control until the end of this turn. Cut the attack in half and add that lost attack. So it's literally Dark Rebellion Exceed Dragon of Ancient Warriors. And if you happen to control at least 2 different attributes of Ancient Warriors when sending this from the back row to the graveyard, well, technically, if it's sent to the graveyard, doesn't matter how it's sent to be specific, while you control 2 or more different attributes of Ancient Warriors, this lets you place 1 Ancient Warriors continuous spell trap from your hand or deck face up on your field. That is in Borrowing Arrows. Change the attack. Zhu Kong Secret Effect. When a monster effect is activated, while you specifically control Virtuous Liu Xuan, which I do, you can send 1 face-up Ancient Warriors continuous spell trap you control to the graveyard, negate the activation as in never happened. Borrowing Arrows, placing East by South Winds. Double Dragon Lords, Valiant, Zhang De, Bestial Ball Drake. Going over the history of Ancient Warriors real fast. Dan Ying's Dark, Rebellious Lu Fang's Dark. So, Bestials, like 90% of the time, they don't do jack versus Ancient Warriors. Ball Drake special by banishing Dan Ying. Double Dragon Lords. Return Mirror Jade. East by South Winds. Virtuous Liu Xuan Secret Effect. When an attack is declaring involving another Ancient Warriors monster you control, you can draw 1. And who doesn't love free draw ones? And Valiant Zhang De over Ball Drake, 1400 difference. And I opted not to attack Quertus because the fact that Double Dragon Lords bounced back the Mirror Jade, that meant if this face-up card in his owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, essentially meaning kill it by battle, this enables to special or add 1 Fallen Albaz or a Despia from your deck. So if I dare would have ran over it, that is a instant Albaz from the deck. Albaz instant fuse into Mirror Jade by using a extra deck piece. So I said, you know what? Let's leave the Quertus alone. And Albion Fuse set the banishment. 2 Ancient Warriors distributed for Lava Golem. Send the Lava Golem, kick back Quertus. Set and pass. Tanky getting Lu Jing. Special to Lu Jing. And when it comes to Lu Jing as an actual Ancient Warrior, he enables to recur an Ancient Warrior spell trap with a different name from your grave to your hand. So in most cases, if you were to send away any of these non-Ancient Warrior named cards, he essentially adds any of them back from grave to hand. 3 visits, target Lu Jing for Graceful Zhugong. And Graceful Zhugong here, he is the Stratos of Ancient Warrior spell traps. And when it comes to Ancient Warriors triggering other effects in terms of monsters, he is built-in Effect Veiler, as in negation. So Lu Jing, send 3 visits, grabbing East by South winds, 3 visits for Zhugong, OTK line, and that indeed, well, not OTK line, took some damage from earlier. But Ancient Warriors are indeed making it lethal against Branded Bestial. Okay, Fat 59 card deck. 2 Despian Tragedy, Glossed Out Maxi, 2 Alt Art Ash, 3 Fallen Albaz, one of which is glossed original art, 1 Alt Art version, 2 Alubers, one of which is the glossed out alt art, glossed out alt art, Incredible Ecclesia, that's clean, 2 Tri-Brigade Mercurier, Blazing Cartesia, glossed out Guiding Quem, Mold Charming Perulia, Dimension Shifter, glossed out Bestial Magnamut, glossed out Bestial Soronier, Bestial Druid's Worm, glossed out Bestial Baldrake, Kashtiras, Fenrir, Unicorn, Ogre, Lava Golem, Godarla Kaiju, Dramaturge, Albion Shrouded, Ad Libitum, The Bestial Libellion, Nibiru, Spell Lineup, Raigeki, Feather Duster, Heavy Storm, Allure Darkness, Fusion Deployment, 2 Branded Fuse, Kashtira Theosis. I'm pretty much guessing about the Theosis is basically working on the holy trinity of these 3. But the thing is, if you dare use Theosis, you can't special from the extra except XZ, so there's no point doing that. Despia Theater of the Branded, Branded Lost, Branded Regained, Royal Kashtira Birth, Super Poly, Alt Art Call by the Grave, Branded Opening, Branded in High Spirits, Branded in Red, Traps, 2 Evenly Matched, Infinite Imperm, Branded Sword, Branded Banishment, 2 Branded Retribution, Skill Drain, Branded Beast, Kashtira Preparations, Branded Befallen. Literally never saw this. As a continuous trap, once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets one bestial monster and nothing else, or when your opponent activates a card or effect in response to the activation of your bestial monster effect, you can target one light or dark monster in either graveyard, banish it, and if you do, negate that activated effect. Soft once, by the way. Extra that consists of Garura, Predaplan Dragostapelia, 2 Albion Branded, Despian Queritus, Masquerade, Mirror Jade, Glossed Out Lubellion, Alba Lenitus, Granguinol, Rinbrum, Albion Sanctifier, Glossed Out, Guardian Chimera, Despian Proskinian, Bestial Dispater. If you're wondering about how to make this, it'll be Ash being a tuner, and when it comes to the non-tuner dragons, you technically do have plenty level 7 dragons throughout the arsenal, but space is too tight in terms of making the card. But your guess is is as good as mine, so. First off, Fat 53. Second of all, with his hand, either masterful, graceful, or even tanky can help you start things off right. So let's see. DMG, the Magician's Apprentice, getting Shining Sark. Shining Sark, Gaze of Timaeus. This early? The Dark Magicians, Royal Magicians, Shining Sark for the Shining Sark version of Magician, Fusion Draw 1, Circle, Anniversary Magician, Shining Sark, a Dark Magician free special, Send Diffusion for Destruction, Destruction for Souls, Toss out Dark Magician, and Special It, Anniversary IP Masquerena, and 2 set. Tanky, Second Gaze, Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, getting Virtuous, 3 visits, Sorcerer, negate the 3 visits because it never happened, Real Normal, Liu Xuan, Send Tanky, oh, Infinite Impermanence, IP, Quick Link, into WP, Quick Link into Access Code, and there's not much to do about it. Shining Sark for DMG, the Magician's Apprentice, a 1. Kill off Liu Xuan, Maxi discarded for DMG, the Shining Sark, 400 short. Same copy of Magician Destruction, Destruction for Souls, toss out Dark Magician, bring it right back, and pass. Real Normal, Masterful Sunmu, Sand Graceful Zhugong, Ingenious Special, Masterful Kickback Access Code, Zhangde Special, Double Dragon Lords, getting 3 visits, Kickback the Destruction, 3 visits for Savage Danying for Rebellious, free Special Rebellious, kill off Dark Magician, and Danying's secret effect, which is if a monster is sent to your opponent's graveyard outside of the damage step, you can target 1 card in your opponent's graveyard, banish it, and if you do, draw 1. And then Dark Magician Scoop after 7,600 life point difference of a comeback. Three Dark Magician, Effect Veiler, 3 Magician Souls, Dimension Conjurer, Maxi, 3 Ash Blossom, one of which is alt art, Dark Magician Girl, 3 Apprentice Illusion Magician, DMG the Magician's Apprentice, Dark Magician, the Magician of Black Magic, Timaeus the United Dragon, Illusion of Chaos. Traps first. 3 Imperm. Terrors of the Overroot. Hard once on the activation. Target 1 card your opponent controls and 1 card in their graveyard. Send that target on the field to the graveyard, and if you do, set the other card from the graveyard to your opponent's field. 2 Impulse, 2 Strikes. Spell lineup: 3 Reasoning, 2 Dark Magic Attack, 2 Pot of Avarice, Eye of Timaeus, 2 Dark Magic Veil, Magical Eyes Fused, Tactics Talon, Dark Magical Circle, 1 of, by the way, 2 Magician's Right Hand, 2 Piercing the Darkness, 1 Shining Sark in a 53 card deck, by the way, 2 Magical Dimension, Super Poly, 2 Soul Servant, The Gaze of Timaeus, 2 copies. Extra that consists of Anaconda. In Master Duel, it's still legal. Anniversary Art of IP, SP, Gorgon Zilophonia, Link 3, all 3 upward arrows of a dark reptile, Link, that takes 2+ effect monsters to make her, only 100 attack. You can't summon/set monsters to a zones she points to. Monsters that she points to cannot attack, and their activated effects are negated. Gains attack equal to the total original attack of monsters she points to. Reminds me of Crusadius. Can't be killed by battle or monster effects while she's pointing to no monsters. WP, Access Code, Underworld Goddess, the only XZ of Ebon Illusion Magician, Fusions, Royal Dark Magicians, Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, Master of Chaos, 2 Dark Magician of Destruction, Trishula, the Dragon of Icy Imprisonment, and Timaeus, the United Magical Dragon. I believe I was forced to go first, and with this hand, the hand is somewhat too decency for East by South Winds and Borrowing Arrows going second, but since I'm forced to go first, not much to do anything with it. So, oh, and Fat 60. Fusion based Heroes. For Sunrise, getting Miracle Fuse activated. And given the fact that the second Sunrise is made, each effect of its name once per turn, so hard once per turn. $5,800 total and pass. There's Graceful Zhugong, but first, Lightning Storm. Dust Tornado in 2026. Tensu, Borrowing Arrows, East by South Winds, Actionable Zhugong. Yeah, Zhugong. So Zhugong specifically toss out East by South Winds, and it makes it so that Ancient Warriors East by South Winds, activation from the graveyard will make it become Ancient Warriors version of Sky Striker multi-role. Getting 3 visits. Real Normal Lu Jing. 3 visits for Ingenuous Zhu Kong. Zhu Gong. Negate the Sunrise. Lu Jing. Send a Tensu. Bring back East by South Winds. Double Dragon Lords. Search for Don Ying. Double Dragon Lords. Send a 3 visits. Kickback Sunrise. 3 visits for Don Ying. Don Ying. Get the search of Rebellious. Special to Rebellious. Remove it. And that's OTK. Super old heroes. 2 Avian, 2 Burstinatrix, 2 Clayman, 2 Bubbleman, for the sake of E-Hero Electrum, 2 Sparkman, Neos, Air Hummingbird, Woodsman, 2 Stratos, Heat, Lady Heat, Voltic, Captain Gold, Prisma, Flash, 2 Shadow Mist, 2 Blazeman, Solid Soldier, 2 Liquid Soldier, Necro Shade, Wing Kribo, level 6, who is always treated as a E-Hero and favorite card. 2 Honest Neos, 2 Spirit of Neos, Traps, Dust Tornado, 2 Sakura 2 Armor, 2 Draining Shield, Hero Barrier, and the spell lineup, 3 Poly, Monster Reborn, the Warrior Returning Alive, Fusion Recovery, 2 Miracle Fuse, E-Call, 2 copies of R, Righteous Justice, Raigeki, Fissure, O Oversoul, Spark Blaster, for the sake of E-Hero Sparkman, which he mains 2, Bubble Blaster, for the sake of E-Hero Bubbleman, which again, he mains 2, Skyscraper, Graceful Dice, Sebek's Blessing, Mirage Tube, literally never saw this card, as a quick play spell, cannot be triggered from your hand. So basically, you're going to have to set it first and then use it on your opponent's turn or literally whenever. Activate only when a face-up monster you control is selected as an attack target. Burn 1,000 damage to your opponent. Extra that consists of E-Hero Mariner, courtesy of Bubbleman and Avian. Flame Wingman, that aka Avian and Burstinatrix. Thunder Giant, courtesy of Sparkman and Clayman. Rampart Blaster, courtesy of Clayman and Burstinatrix. Mudball Man, that'll be Clayman and Bubbleman. Phoenix Enforcer, Avian and Burstinatrix. 2 E-Hero Sunrise, E-Hero Shining Flare Wingman, courtesy of the Flame Wingman and Sparkman. Shining, the Shining, Great Tornado, Vision Hero Trinity, Nova Master, E-Hero Electrum, as mentioned about all 4 heroes, Avian, Burstinatrix, Clayman, and Bubbleman. Wake up your elemental hero. With his hand going second, we got Deception for the sake of Masterful or Virtuous, and then Borrowing just to borrow some attack, and then we're good from there. Set 1. Deception and Betrayal. There's Max C. Borrowing Arrows. Real Normal Sun Move. Special Loyal Guan Yun courtesy of Deception. Sun Move. Send Borrowing of Arrows to get Zhang De. Borrowing of Arrows. Place East by South Winds. Heads up. And it's Ancient Warriors multi-roll. Zhang De free special. $1,000 short. Double Dragon Lords. Getting 3 visits. Activated. And pass. Imperm. On Double Dragon Lords. Fulos. Real Normal Cookie. Target Sun Move. Double Dragon, pay the cost by sending 3 visits. Masterful, target Cookie to kickback, and 3 visits to Special Zhu Kong. Surprise? Zhu Kong Secret Effect. When a spell trap card is activated as a quick effect, you can send 1 face-up Ancient Warriors continuous spell trap you control to the graveyard, negate the activation as in never happened. Double Dragon Lords, making it lethal. Yummy Magicians, as it seems. Dark Magician, Effect Veiler, glossed out, 2 Droll, 3 Souls, 3 Cupsy, 2 Cookie, 2 Lolipo, 2 Marshmallow, 1 of which is glossed out, Maxi, Magician's Rod, 3 Ash, 1 Bell, 3 Fulos, Apprentice Illusion Magician, Illusion of Chaos, Traps, 3 Imperm, Spell Lineup, Yummy Usement Mignon, Puree's Map, Tactics Talent, The Gaze of Timaeus, Yummy Surprise, Forbidden Droplet, Soul Servant, Crossout Designator, OG Art of Callby, Yummy Usement, a Croquis. Extra that consists of Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, Master of Chaos, Dark Magician of Destruction, Lynx, Link Spider, Salamangreat Almirage, Artemis, 2 Yummy Snatchy, Sprite Elf, Synchros, Tupsy, Cookie, Lolipo, Way, the Yummy Synchros, and I am shocked surprised that when the Synchros were first released, they made them rares, while the main deck versions are SR and higher. Strangely enough, Shamisen Samsara Sorrow Cat, Harold Glossed Out Baron, and this has been James Polk with the Ancient Warriors showcasing replay to start season 51. And once again, can we reach the Great Wall as time passes? Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated. Also, if you are a brand new player for the first 7 days or a returning player after 1 full month of missing gameplay, be sure to use my campaign code in the description below so we can gather this year's campaign prizes. And have a happy new season, everyone. Tune in next time. Laters.